Episode 4, Outside of the Box. I'm at the Clinton Mckenzie boxing gym with none other than Clinton Mckenzie. Clinton, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Good man.
It's a good start, wasn't it?
Put it. I forgot your southpaw, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to fire straight in with out of a cannon. All right, so I'll fire some questions at you, and you just hit me with your answers.
No problem.
Pinstripe or check?
Pinstripe.
Tom or Jerry?
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
Will Smith or Chris Rock?
A draw.
A draw?
Yeah.
You're not getting involved in that one?
No.
Float like a butterfly or sting like a bee?
Muhammad Ali.
Who would you go for? Butterfly or bee?
Butterfly or bee? I'll be a butterfly, I think.
Butterfly?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of both. A night with the stars or a night under the stars?
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Night under the stars.
Not under the stars.
Yeah.
Terry Marsh or Terry's chocolate orange?
All right. I remember memories. Orange.
Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah.
There's another one for you here. A ray of sunshine or Sugar Ray Leonard?
Oh, that's a good one. I like Sugar Ray.
You've got to go Sugar Ray, haven't
Got to
you?
go Sugar Ray, yeah.
Thank you very much. That was Outside of the Cannon. So, can you tell me how you first, what age and how you first got into boxing?
Okay. When I first got into boxing, it's all because of my dad. He was a mad boxing fan.
Okay.
And I remember when we was like little kids, I think I come out from Jamaica and like...
Because you were born in Jamaica,
yeah, I was
weren't
born
you?
in Jamaica, yeah. And my dad had a big house in Norwood, and all our kids, my brothers were sort of born there, yeah.
So how many brothers and sisters have you got?
I got, 6 brothers, 1 sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, my dad was a mad boxing fan, and all he ever talked about was Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Well, Cassius Clay at the time. And, you know, he used to get us up in the morning to watch the big fights. And like all our brothers, we would be mad on it, you know. We were very excited, and we got up and we watched the big fights with him. And the first time I saw boxing is Muhammad Ali against Henry Cooper.
Yeah, some fight.
I thought, wow, I just loved Ali, the way he was moving. And
Is that where they cut the glove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was shuffling around the ring, and, you know, he's so quick. And I think as a young lad, it sort of caught my imagination.
Sure.
I remember saying to my dad, I want to do that.
And what age was that at?
I was about 10, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, about 10. And I remember he said, all right, we'll look for a club for you. And, you know, he went out and I started off at a boys' club in Croydon. It's a Philip game, never forget that. That's where it all started.
At the age of 10?
Yeah.
Straight in there? How'd you find it going straight in?
Well, it all started off with a bit of fun first, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Still get and enjoy it. And
did you always have the skill for it, or was it something that took a bit of time as you went along?
I've always had a skill for it.
Yeah.
I've just loved,
Fine.
you know, not missing punches and things like that. And I tried dropping my hands, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Got clobbered a few times, didn't I?
You found out the hard way.
Yeah, I found out the hard way, so
Yeah.
I learned to keep my hands up, and sort of carried on from there, really.
So you said you've got 6 brothers, 1 sister. So you were the oldest.
I'm the oldest, yeah.
And you were your brothers boxed as well. So did you start it off? Were you sort of like the
Yeah, I was the captain.
The fire
I started it
starter.
off.
Yeah.
I started it off. Me and my brother Winston.
Okay, yeah.
Right. I started it off, and then Winston joined, and then Duke joined, and Dudley joined. You know, and
What about your sister?
she was just a good bit herself. She enjoyed.
Was she?
I mean, at the time, boxing wasn't really for women. At the time, it was.
How did she have any boyfriends growing up with
She
6?
didn't.
Yeah, well, not for very long.
Not very long.
So how was your? I know you've I've watched some of your other documentaries and your interviews. How was your childhood and your upbringing? I know that you've noted down that it was quite tough and quite a strict upbringing. How was it for you?
Well, my dad was a very strict man. So
Yeah.
he was like very Victorian, and like, you know, if you did something wrong, you wouldn't know about it, and you'll pay a price if you didn't like behave yourself. So it sort of kept us in line.
Yeah,
But
sure.
that and the boxing club sort of kept us boys sort of level-headed,
Do you think that sort of way of being brought up give you the sort of mental and physical toughness that you took into the boxing ring? Because you were a great fighter. You had some.
Thank you very much.
You had some real absolute wars. So where does that? Do you think that come from? Maybe your upbringing.
Well, I think it came from my upbringing and discipline, and just trying to. And my dad was the sort of guy that he worked hard.
Sure.
And, he sort of gave us an insight into like what life's all about. If you work for something, you'll achieve.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think he sort of installed that into us,
Sort of like a winning mentality, really, isn't it?
Well, I think he gave us that sort of, because when he was our role model sort of growing up. And when you look at someone like that, so you can focus on it. And I think all my brothers, we sort of focused on a dad, because he was sort of head of the family, and he sort of made that known that he was head of the family. You do what I say.
Bit of a different generation.
Well, it was, at the
definitely.
time, it's a different generation.
Well, I think nowadays, if you even shout at your kid, you get locked up now, don't you?
Well,
it's a bit of a different ballgame.
thing altogether now, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean...
So you went into the amateur boxing gym, so you had 50 amateurs, you won 2 ABA titles.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Not bad going.
No, I was a good amateur.
Yeah.
Good amateur.
So you're southpaw, what weight did you start off? You boxed at lightweight.
Do you know what? I always done at 63 kilos. That was my weight.
Yeah.
I think I've always stayed that way. I don't know. That was just natural for me.
Yeah, sure.
But my amateur career, I really enjoyed. I loved it. The travelling and the competition. It was fierce, and I loved it.
It's a lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a lifestyle.
You can't be a successful amateur if you don't live in the gym.
That's right.
Can you? And live the lifestyle in and out of the gym, because a lot of people don't out of the gym, do they?
But what I liked about the amateur was the travelling and going abroad and.
You boxed for England.
Yeah, I boxed for England.
Yeah. So you boxed all around the world through your boxing career.
Through my boxing career, yeah.
So 76 Olympics.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been. You must have felt like you made it when you finally got selected for that, didn't you? At that stage, what age were you?
I was about 23.
Yeah, 23.
23.
And it was.
No, it's younger than that.
Well, I know Leonard was 20, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When he boxed.
Yeah.
20.
I'm a year older than that.
Yeah,
so
21 then.
I was 21.
Jesus,
Yeah,
young.
Yeah.
Same age as Tom.
Loved. Listen, that was a great, fantastic. I remember, but it's a story. I wasn't selected at first.
No, that's what I was going to speak to you about, because there's quite a politics of boxing. Yeah. I know the story.
Yeah, you know the story. Yeah.
You explain it, please.
So that was a shock. So here it is. Yeah. So I was doing an apprentice at the time as a decorator.
Yeah.
And I'm painting away there, whistling to myself, thinking, I'm going to get selected soon. And it came over on the radio. The England team was read out, and my name wasn't mentioned. I tell everyone this, and I'm thinking.
So who took your spot?
Chris Davis. Yeah. He took my spot, and obviously we found out that it was all a ploy, and he shouldn't have been there, and everybody got on board to get me back into the team. So
a little thing to add there. Wasn't Chris Davis's dad one of the team captains?
Well, he was
head coach.
That's right. Yeah. So that was a constant. That started it all off, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean.
So how did you manage to get the place? How did it work out for you?
Well, the team captain, Kevin Hickey, his name. He sort of put it, and Bruce Baker and people who knew about me just obviously wrote into the chiefs of boxing and told them how wrong this was. It was in the newspaper, it was in the news, so the pressure was on.
Yeah,
everybody knew about it. There was an injustice here.
So they created a big hype and used the publicity.
That's
and
right.
They managed to push it through.
And they put me through. Yeah.
Cool.
And that was the story of my life. Then
Well, that was the making of your boxing career, wouldn't it? Being selected
that's right.
So you went to the 76 Montreal, and obviously, had you heard about Leonard in the build up to that competition?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I heard about him, and I knew he was good, and I heard the whisper around the village and everything. And
Did they expect that he'd get gold then at the start of the tournament?
yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was the man to get the gold. You
Yeah.
know?
Some fight.
Yeah, and you know, thinking back, you know, obviously I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was that good. I'll tell everybody that, you know.
Because you won your first 2 fights.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, so were you expecting to possibly meet Leonard in the final then going in? Because you're a self-assured, confident fighter.
Yeah.
You're on top of your game. I imagine.
Yeah, I was very confident, very top of my game. But I think I lost a bit of confidence when they said I was going to fight Great. I don't know why I lost that, but maybe I needed motivating. So, but it didn't happen, you know.
You give a very good account of yourself.
I really did. Yeah, I enjoyed the fight.
It was a great fight.
It was a good fight.
And
Yeah.
you certainly earned respect from it. It certainly wasn't a washout.
No.
Like I said, the first round, I think you pretty much bamboozled him by trying to work his own style against him.
Yeah, I sort of took a bit of him as well. And he even said that, you know, in the interview. He reminded me a bit of himself. So
definitely. What would you say it was that made him so good and great?
Well, I was quick, but he was quicker.
Yeah.
I think that's what made him great. His speed was just out of this world.
Because he didn't have a very tight defence either,
No,
did he?
well, he didn't have
It's just his reactions, it was so
Yeah,
quick.
he didn't have a defence.
No.
You know, he was just so
But
quick.
he's a counter-puncher, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So he's expecting you to throw so he
That's
can
right,
slip
he
and
could
land.
slip. Yeah, he was a very, very good counter-puncher.
Whereas obviously in that, I watched the final, I watched the Olympic fight last night.
Yeah.
And your hands are stuck to your chin, probably
That's
because you
right.
are in against Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
But obviously if you watch him, he's just...
No, his hands were down there, he was floating around.
Yeah, but that's a mental thing as well, isn't it, for your opponent?
Well, of course
because if
it
you
is,
go in
yeah.
against someone and their hands are down, you're thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on with this geezer then?
Well, it's hard to sort of get your distance and judge where they're sort of punching from. So they ain't got their hands up, so you can't sort of judge your distance. And he's always a little way
His
out.
timing was like impeccable, though, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And he always
timing,
used to catch the fighters at the end of the shot. So
That's
he'd be,
right,
so
yeah.
be at full range, is
Yeah.
what I noticed about him. He's very straight, wasn't it?
Very-
It's just a
I
great
remember
fighter.
I remember him, I was standing in the middle of the ring and he threw about 100 punches in about a second.
Yeah.
None of them hit me, but they all hit my gloves, but they look good.
That's the thing.
Yeah, they look really good, yeah.
Yeah, the razzle dazzle was
That's right,
was
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So, obviously, lost to Leonard, come out of the Olympics. How did that affect you when you come back? Did you take the hit, or did you build from it?
No, I
You went straight in?
Yeah, I think I built from that.
Yeah. You fought Chris Davis, didn't you? Did you?
Yeah.
So you got your
I got my
redemption.
revenge, yeah, I
you
got
got
my
your
revenge,
redemption
yeah.
for the initial Olympics.
I got my revenge.
Yeah.
Sweet revenge.
Was
you
that
know.
your first fight back?
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, no.
I think that was probably my 10th fight or something
Yeah.
like that. And then I fought for a British title after that. But I made that quite clear.
Yeah, sure.
Boxed. And
So
I think
had you sparred
I think that was a
Davis?
unanimous decision,
Yeah.
by the way.
You put it on him.
Yeah.
So had you sparred him in the GBs?
No.
Because obviously you guys trained
No, I hadn't
him.
sparred
You hadn't
him.
sparred him,
I hadn't
or
sparred with
no?
him, no.
No.
But I
Probably
was the
kept you
ABA.
away from him.
Yeah, I was the ABA champion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that boxed for England. I'm the one who was up there. So I was the man.
Following on from that, let me ask you a question. Where'd you get your self-confidence and your swagger from? Where'd you get it from? Because like I said, I've been following you for sort of 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Obviously know about your boxing career, but I jumped on when I saw your stuff during the lockdown and all the
Right,
work you were
yeah.
doing and all the positivity.
Uh-huh.
Where'd you get your self-confidence from?
Fitness.
You get it all from
Yeah,
fitness?
Yeah, I get it all from fitness. You know,
Don't you have, like with your boxing, your previous boxing,
Sure.
did you suffer from nerves when you were going in?
oh yeah.
Yeah, you did suffer from nerves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've got nerves. I've got nerves.
Yeah, but some-
you know, the nerves I got was lovely. Because like, I get a tingling feeling in my chest, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you just get this,
Goosebumps.
Yeah, you get sort of. And it's
Well, I
like,
think nerves is something that you can flip, or
No.
it can roll you over.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you just get this like nervous sort of, and for me, that was telling me, yeah, you're ready.
So
But
did
I
you get the
think-
nerves for the Leonard fight
Yeah.
going in?
If
Yeah.
I didn't get that, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, for the Leonard fight, I didn't have that.
Did you not?
No, I'm thinking back. I didn't have that little zzz, buzzing little engine. And
Do you think that's raw youth though? Because maybe you get nervous more the older you get. Sort of maybe more because you've got a lot more riding on at the back end of your career, for example.
Sure.
Because you've got everything that you've done prior leading up to that fight, haven't you?
Yeah, but I was still young in them days, so that little bit, that engine that runs in the background tells you that you're ready. When it's not ready, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
And I needed that little fire.
Yeah.
You know? And I got that for every fight.
But some fire for that one.
Yeah, fire for that one. Yeah.
Have you ever spoke to Sugar Ray after?
Definitely, yeah.
Have you met? I think I saw. Was it a BBC? Did you do a little BBC interview document?
I've been over to the States.
You've been over there,
yeah. I've seen that. I've had conversations with him on the phone, and we remember one another from our meeting.
That's brilliant. Amazing. Mutual respect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What a fight. He just seems like. He seems like a really decent all-round bloke.
Well, he's a very, very intelligent,
grounded, fairly grounded.
Yeah.
All that pressure at the time, if you think about it, to be able to come out as a decent person, that's something in itself, isn't it?
Well, it is.
Not to lose your head at 20 years of age when you just won Olympic gold.
Yeah, and you're top of your profession. It's great, and I think the modesty is an example. It's great.
Well, as we said before, I think the boxing in itself is a very raw, primitive sport. So especially amateur and professional, if you're the guy that walks into the gym with a big ego and you can't back it up, that's going to be knocked out of you very, very quickly, isn't it?
Well, I think you're taught a lesson.
Yeah.
That you're just like everybody else. And when you get in there, it shows who you are.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter how good you are. There's someone out there that's going to take you.
Exactly.
You have to have that mutual respect. It's like in there, we're all going to die. So you're going to meet your maker.
What you got in there? Yeah. Well, I've always sort of thought you can, to a certain level, you can train this. You can't train this and you can't train this, can you? This is who you are. But you can train the physical aspect of it, but you can't train the heart.
Yeah, your heart.
And you can't train the mental aspect when the heart goes and your head loses.
You've got to know what's in your heart.
Duran, for example, the Duran fight, for example, that was one hell of a shock, wasn't it, for such a man like Roberto Duran?
Well, that's right, yeah.
But you take him to 75% and he quit. So, we're all sort of built the same, really.
Well, yeah, I think it comes down to, what you've got in there. Yeah, what your heart says you've got. If you're prepared to go that extra mile,
Definitely.
I think you come out on top.
Cool.
I remember when fights, it's like, I want this.
Because you were fighting 15 rounders, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So did you ever have at round 6, round 7, that voice in your head go, I'm not sure about this, when you went back to your corner?
Oh, definitely.
Halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
So you're having a personal battle with yourself and you're going out fighting another 8 rounds.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you've got a personal battle. Round 10,
Do you
11,
think every boxer has that?
Yeah.
You do?
I think round 10, 11, you think to yourself,
I think I left the oven on, sort of thing.
You definitely left the oven on.
Sorry, I think I left the oven on.
Yeah, I got to turn it off. Yeah, I got that. But you do have doubts. You do have doubts. There's no doubt about it. But the mind is a powerful thing.
It's It's such a soul-searching sport, though, isn't it? It really
is. Yeah.
It is.
When your back's against the wall,
and that's life.
That's right.
It is. That ring in there is a metaphor for life, isn't it? It really is.
Well, it shows when the going gets tough, how tough are you? Can you get through it? Can you get, can you live? Can you carry on? Or do you just give up?
Yeah, you're a survivor, yeah.
You survive.
Survival instinct. So you went over, turned over pro, you had 50, you won 36, 37, does that sound about right?
Yeah, about right.
So you won British title. European title.
Yeah, that's right.
How was your run as a pro? Did you love every minute of it or not?
I loved it to start off with, yeah. But, I'll be honest with you, the making the money was the hardest part of it.
Sure.
In them days, if you want a big ticket seller, you're in
Yeah.
trouble, you know.
But you were one of the sort of first boxers to get aired and get yourself on TV.
That's right, yeah, I was, yeah.
I've done my research, mate, don't
one
worry.
of the first black boxers to get.
Oh, really, yeah?
Yeah, BBC TV was covering my fights. And,
Okay.
That was fantastic.
That must have been massive viewing figures at the time.
Well, it was,
Because
yeah.
it was only about 4 channels available.
That's right,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
that was a massive, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a great time in my life. The BBC, Royal Albert Hall, Clinton Mckenzie, you know, it was fantastic.
Big name.
Loved
So how
it.
did you find the fame, though, at the time? How did you...
Loved it.
Did they ever get a point where it was a bit too much, or did you just enjoy
No, I
it?
just loved it. I loved all that razzmatazz.
Yeah,
fame.
yeah. Show business, isn't it?
Yeah, it's show business, and I think that's all part and parcel of it. You know, if you can't handle that, then you shouldn't be a star. You know.
True. Some people can't, though, can they?
No.
Some people can do the bits in there, but they haven't got the personality for it, for example.
But I just loved it. You know, I'll go out and mix with the crowds, and you told a cuddle and sign a few autographs. It's great. You know.
Brilliant. You buzzed off it.
Yeah, I buzzed off it. I loved it. Yeah, I still love it now.
Yeah. Well,
You know, I mean, now and again, you know, I don't get as many.
Well, you don't get as many cuddles anymore.
No.
But one thing I would say about you, you've always got a smile on your face. You're always laughing. And what are you at the moment? You're 66 years young, aren't you? 66 years young.
Yeah.
So you're obviously enjoying your life, which is what it's all about. And how many people do you walk around with? How many people do you know that walk around with a face like a smacked ass? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them around. Isn't there?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I tried to enjoy my life. You know, which is like, you know, you've only got one life, and I think you've got to make the best of it. You know, don't forget you get some bad. You know, life can hit you hard. You know.
100%. Yeah.
You know, you have to get up each time and carry on. And
Definitely.
I think this is where my fitness comes in, because it helps me to get through life. You know, the bad times.
Well, I've got a really good friend that's a bit of an older chap, and he says, I spoke to him not too long ago, and he was like, keep yourself up the gym, keep yourself ticking over, even if you only go up and do half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He said, if you keep your body young, it keeps your mind young.
That's right.
And I think that's true.
I do agree with that.
Very good point.
I do.
Yeah.
I know it's so easier said than done, don't get me wrong. You know.
Sometimes you're not motivated, are you?
Yeah, and it's very hard sometimes to say, look, you know, something's happened, you've had a bad day, you know, or you've had some bad news, and you think about, do I really want to go to the gym? Yeah, you do. You got to go there to find,
Sometimes you
keep yourself,
drag yourself there, haven't you?
drag yourself there, just to keep yourself, you know, keep yourself on track.
Yeah.
Keep your mind together.
So, what age did you retire at?
I would try at 33, 34.
That's still quite young.
Was it?
As a man,
Yeah.
how did you find that? So going from that pinnacle of being famous, earning the money, doing what you love, training every day, to retiring, that's a big 360, yeah?
Yeah, it is. I'm right. So I retired, and that was like, really? I can't believe it. You know, what do I do now? I mean, you know, I'm the sort of guy that I like to try everything, but
Yeah. So you went into, you had a few businesses, didn't
yeah,
you? You were involved with,
but I didn't know nothing about business.
yeah,
That's
because
the
you had
problem.
an estate agency, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because I've got a letting agency, that was all I saw. I noticed it. Yeah, my guys are working today, so you better be working.
Listen, but you know, you can have as many businesses as you like, but if you don't know nothing about them, it doesn't happen. And
You invested your money into...
into all sorts of stuff,
Yeah.
property, business, and everything. And you know, when I'm not the most educated guy in the world. And if you don't know about these things, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, sure. If you didn't did you not? How did they didn't go so well for you though?
They didn't go so well for me.
No.
No. You know, I had the wrong people looking after certain things, and
Yeah.
you know, it backfires. It doesn't work out.
That's very common though in sports.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I'm just glad that boxing is something that I brought up, and I know back to front, and I enjoy it, and now I can teach it, and you know, I can teach people to get fit.
Well, you've done a 360. You've done a 360, haven't you? Because you walked in here at 10,
Yeah.
You had your amateur, your pro,
That's right. Yeah.
and obviously all the glitz and glamour, and now you're back, and then you're back in it. So it's like the circle of life.
Well, it is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And this is what I do, and it works for, Joe Bloggs down the road, whoever. If you want to get yourself in shape, just come see me, and and I'll ask you. I'll show you what I know and get you into shape.
So what? We'll touch a little bit on mental health if we can, because like we were chatting earlier,
Sure.
it's a big link between mental health, physical health,
Yeah.
training, fitness, motivation. Obviously, your son Leon
Yeah.
is very vocal in regards to his challenges with mental
right.
health.
Yeah.
What's your personal opinion in regards to that and how it's linked to the physical?
Well, I feel like mental health is such a big talk now, and everyone's talking about mental health. It is a serious thing, and as you say, my son suffers from it, and with him, I've learnt so much because we've spoken together, and he tells me about how he feels sometimes, and I feel it's good if you can talk to someone
Most
how
definitely.
how you're feeling, and I think with Leon, because we can talk, he can pick up the phone, I'm just there anytime. I think this helps him a lot.
Definitely.
And I think more people should have someone or somebody they can sort of call on and say, look, I'm having a bad day.
Definitely.
Or,
I think it's very easy sometimes to... Well, I've got a bit of like an old school... I can have an old school, not narrow-minded view, but I come at it from the way I feel about
That's
it,
right.
or I look at it.
Yeah.
But the way I feel about it, or the way I'm looking at it, is completely different to how Clinton feels and looks about it. He can be doing a completely different thing that day. So you've got to be able to open your mind up to this big spectrum of how somebody else feels. You might not be able to relate to someone else, how someone else feels, because you might not have related to it yourself.
That's right, yeah.
But it doesn't make them feel any better themselves. So
No.
Support is the main thing, isn't it, I think?
Definitely.
Sometimes all you can do is be there. Like I say, I've got friends that are up and down that I check in with, and we've got to check in and help each other out nowadays because it's really common.
Yeah, it is. It's hard for the individual who doesn't understand, or even think that you're mentally disturbed. It's hard for the other person to understand that until they sort of go through something like that similar themselves.
Definitely.
But
We're all quite fragile in our own little way, really, aren't we?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But I think now it's highlighted and it's on the news. It's everywhere, and people talk about it. Books are written about it. I think we're getting more educated on how each individual feels every now and again.
Most definitely. Can you tell me a little bit more about your boxing gym? What services you offer to clients? What hours you're open? How people can contact you? How they can get down and you can get some of that positivity out of them?
Right. Okay. So you're out of shape. You haven't done nothing for a long time. You're stuffing your face.
Me personally?
Not you. You're
Okay.
looking good, actually.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
You're stuffing your face and you're putting on weight.
Yeah.
Now, you've got to get fit. Where do you start from?
It's a difficult one.
You give me a ring.
Okay.
Boxing, or email. I'll be boxingfitness@clintonmckenzie.com.
And what's your Instagram
Right.
account? We'll tag you in this anyway.
Yeah.
It's Clinton Mckenzie
Yeah,
boxing,
my Instagram is Clinton Mckenzie. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, back to the fitness side, which I specialise in.
Sure.
You make an appointment.
So these for one-to-ones, or do you do classes?
Yeah,
or?
I do one-to-one classes. You name it, I'll do it. Yeah, and I'm also on Zoom, so you can get me on Zoom.
Yeah.
Do
you do Zoom classes?
Yeah, online. Get me online.
Cool. So you're a one-stop shop for anyone that's looking to get fit.
That's right.
Get yourself,
one-stop shop. I like that. I might use that. As
yeah, you can have that for
I might
free.
use that one. Yeah.
Get themselves up off the sofa, get themselves fit, and like you say, you're 66, still in tremendous shape, mentally, physically. Doing really, really well. So what does the future hold for Clinton Mckenzie then?
Well, I like to build more gyms, have more gyms. I've got amateur boxing team as well, so I want to see the youngsters sort of come through and teach them, a bit about Mckenzie boxing and carry that on as well. So there's different aspects to the business, I want to develop it and, grow more, have more gyms and, have a future in this industry. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you've already had one. What would say?
Yeah.
European champion, British champion, 2 times ABA champion, Olympian. I think you've done very well for yourself. You should certainly give yourself a pat on the back and be proud of what you've done. And keep up the positivity and
I look back, I do
all the energy.
Yeah, I do look back and I think, I've done all right.
You've done more than all right, 100%. Yeah, you're absolutely, you flew the flag, so fair play to you.
Yeah.
Good man. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure. We've got something for you.
Okay.
Quickly, if we may, please. For taking the time out. The man that is known as Champ. That's for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clinton. Good man.
Love that.
Cheers, mate.
Oh.
Cheers, mate.
Nice
Well
one.
done. Take care.